When you think of Karma, the first thing that comes to mind is the original Fisker Karma. For all intents, purposes and efforts of designer and multi-startup founder Henrik Fisker, the vehicle failed. That didn't stop Karma from continuing to build after the man left the company and the assets were purchased in 2016. Karma became a new brand and the original sedan was renamed Revero. Now Karma is poised to reinvent itself as a truly premium, all-electric, all-American automaker with a new Hyper GT Coupe, the 2026 Karma Kaveya EV. What's the name? The name, Kavya, for Karma's new Hyper GT car is no accident and comes from a modified version of the Sanskrit word, Kavya, for poetry in motion. The extra E is Karman's way of making it their own and means it's an all-electric car. There is another meaning of the word that may be suitable for Karma: learning. The original direction of the Karma tool is based on past mistakes and how to avoid the same problems again. Most of the Kaveyas functional bits forward of the A-pillar are parts based on the existing Revero and similar GS series, to be rebranded Gyesera for all electricity. The rest of the Kavya is unique to this Hyper GT Coupe. Where is it built? Like the Revero and the upcoming all-electric Gyesera, the Karma Kaveya will be built in Moreno Valley. Not far from Karma Automotive's Irvine, California headquarters. This means that the Kavya appears to be an American-made and designed car. Even though it is financed by the China-based Wanxiang Group. Design. If you're really loving the shape and design of the Kavya so far, you have Michelle Christensen, Vice President of Karma Global Design, to thank. He's been in the industry for 20 years, and his latest car has been a favorite of people around the world. The 2017 to 2021 Acura NSX. Kaveya's idea was to bring back the traditional design of the American GT Coupe. This explains the similarity to the C7 Corvette and other familiar American coupes in the GT car space. Overall, it's a nice design and will be familiar to many US buyers. Battery. What really sets the Kavya apart from other all-electrics is the choice Karma has made in the design of the battery pack. Like the Revero and Gyesera, the Kavya will use a T-shaped battery pack. This comes with an interesting perk that the Hyper GT car Karma envisions. The main part of the package is located in the center console and then extends to the sides behind the seats. Kavya will have a battery capacity of 120 kWh and will have DC quick charge capability with a 10 to 80% charging time of around 45 minutes. This pack is also estimated to take the Kavya over 250 miles on a single charge. No steering wheel, but not a problem. Another unique element of the Kavya's interior is the use of a butterfly, or yoke, steering wheel. The good news is that unlike the Model S Plaid steering wheel, the steering ratio works with this design. You won't have to find unique ways to turn a non-round steering wheel for a full 2.5 turns like the Tesla and Karma. Power. Like many hyper-electrics, the Karma Kaveya will not only have all-wheel drive, but will also produce 1,180 horsepower when the drive motors are combined. That much power is enough to propel the Kavya to a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of less than 3 seconds. This was still difficult to achieve in the Allegiant Stadium parking lot, as traction was a constant limitation during our test rides. But Kavya still felt very quick off the line and would quickly get out of the tight corners that the Karma team could create. Currently, the Kavya prototypes are dual-motor vehicles, but there is talk of using 3 or 4 engines in the production version to improve the cornering performance of this all-electric coupe. Regardless, no matter how many engines Kavya uses, the combined output will remain at 1,100 horsepower. There are also plans for a 536 bhp RWD version, and if all goes as Carmen says, the first version should be available. Hyper GT with frunk. In case you're wondering, yes, the Kavea will feature a staple feature of many electrics, as it will have a front trunk, or fork, if you prefer, along with storage space under the rear hatch. The idea is to fit daypacks or gravel bags in the back and use the rear cargo space for slightly larger items. Unfortunately, Karma hasn't released an estimated cargo capacity for the Kavea, but you'll be able to carry more cargo than you can in a Corvette. Unique lighting. Then there's the lighting, which will make the Kavea truly unique in the Hyper GT space, regardless of powertrain. Cross-section-like lighting is present on both the front and rear of the Kavea and is part of the design language for the Karma. Front lighting takes on a unique element when charged, as the accessory lights on the hood and dash will dim and fade as the state of charge increases. Another unique lighting element is the headlights. When driving during the day, the headlights are hidden behind a pair of doors that slide open to reveal them when in use. It's not quite a throwback to the pop-up headlights, but it's still a unique way to blend them into the body and give the Kavea an interesting fascia treatment. This is an item that we hope makes it to production, but may be a little skeptical. Karma Kaveya availability. Still, if all goes well, Karma Kaveya expects the RWD model to go on sale in Q4 2025. The AWD version and its 1,180 horsepower should arrive well into the fourth quarter of 2026. As Karma aims to be a hyper-luxury builder on par with McLaren, Mercedes-AMG and other super and hypercar manufacturers, I don't expect either version to be cheap. All Karma cars will be unique with low volume and an overall experience befitting the position. The only question is whether buyers will respond favorably to Karman's rebranding, or if old wounds from the Fisker automotive days will overshadow what appear to be steps in the right direction. Interestingly, they will also have to compete with Henrik Fisker himself, who has announced the Fisker Ronin GT all-electric coupe, due in, maybe, 2026.